that my pens work. So let's look at this example. Exit ticket. So the first one, a student needs 0.15 kilograms of ethanol for an experiment. The density of ethanol is 0.789 grams per milliliter. How many milliliters are needed? First thing that I think you should do is copy down the given. Hang on while I set up my smartboard. So my given, I know that my mass is 0.15 kilograms. Density is 0.789 grams per milliliter, right? All right, and it's asking me how many milliliters are needed. All right, so what does it ask me? What quantity is it asking me for?
The volume.
Volume. That's a question mark. All right, so I know that density is equal to mass divided by volume, right? Okay. When you solve this equation, or any equation where a variable is in the denominator, you must first get it in the numerator. So if we look at the algebra to get this in the numerator, the first thing we're going to do is multiply by v. Okay? So these cancel out. I get volume times density is equal to mass. Now I want to get volume all by itself. I divide each side by v. No, I don't do that. I wanted to divide by d. D, yes?
Yes.
That would get, otherwise I'd be back where I started. All right, so volume is equal to mass over density. My mass is 0.15 kilograms. My density is 0.789 grams per milliliter. Do my grams cancel out? No. Oh. I got to convert, don't I? Okay. 1 kilogram, how many grams? 1,000. Okay. Now, kilograms, kilograms, grams, grams. The units I have left, 1 over milliliters. What do I do if I divide by a fraction? I end up multiplying by its reciprocal. Oh, so what does this end up being unit-wise? Milliliters. What was I looking for? Oh, volume. That's milliliters. I must have done things right. Yay me. Yay. Okay. All right, so when I do the math, I end up with 190.114. I can leave it like that, right? No, what do I have to do? Now that we've covered a whole unit on significant figures, how do you have to report your final answer? In the correct number of significant figures. Did I do any adding or subtracting in this problem?
No.
No. Oh, cool. Good. So all I have to do is look at my given information and decide how many significant figures they have. 0.15 kilograms has how many? 2. Cool. 0.789 has? 3. Which one's smaller, 2 or 3? The 2. So I need to round my answer to 2 significant figures. I can report it as just 190. Okay? Question?
If adding or subtracting was in the problem, like how would that affect your answer, or like the amount of sig figs that you run to?
Yeah. You want to figure out when you do the adding and subtracting, because you do that first, right? Remember my, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, you guys still do that? Okay. You still do that order of operations. When you add and subtract, you look at that first, decide what place it has to be rounded to, figure out how many significant figures it would be in that, and then do the multiplying and dividing rules. I can go through a problem with you if you want in just a minute, okay? All right, any questions on that? We good? Cool. All right, so now let's look at the second one. Now, granted, some of you on your e-ticket were only off on the significant figures. Some of you, this problem was a little messy. All right, so in my given, I have a cube. Each side is 2.55 centimeters. And I'm given that the density of platinum is 21.45 grams per centimeter cubed, and I want the mass. What's the volume of a cube? Annika?
S cubed.
Mm-hmm. Cool. The volume of the cube. I always just do it this way too. Volume of my cube is length times width times height. In this in this case, that's what, geez, they're all the same, so I just have to cube that. I end up with 16.5814 centimeters cubed. So then I know velocity. I was doing physics with my son last night. Volume, that's not, no, what am I doing? Density is equal to mass over volume. Yes? I want mass. Mass then is equal to density times volume. 21.45 grams, that's a 5, per centimeter cubed, times my volume of 16.5814 centimeters cubed. These cancel out. 21.45 times 16.583. I get mass equal to 355.67 grams. How many significant figures should my answer have?
4,
3. 3. This indeed does have 4. However, this has 3, and did I use it to get to this one? I did, so I have to round that to 3 significant figures, should be 356 grams. Okay? Questions? We good?
So I just have to stay here because I got a calculation wrong.
Yeah, I didn't have time to see exactly what it was. You can go, because I think you're close. Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure that we picked up on that piece. So you guys are fine, but if you want to leave, I want to see the exit ticket. Hold on, I want to stop recording. I recorded this for my 7th period so I can